Okay, good morning, everyone. I'm Andrew. I don't want to work anymore, and we're going to trade the Nasdaq today. And we have this huge candle here. Looks like a news candle. What do we have? Yeah.
Are you already online?
Yeah. That's my wife asking if I'm online. What do you need, love? Lotions. She needs some lotions. Okay, let's which one is that? Big one. Okay. All right. Unpack. How's it going, everybody? Economic calendar, CPI report 8:30. Cool. Amazing. All right. If anyone's on there, say hello. And I'm looking at this big wick, very reminiscent of the wick we had last week. And we're going to put the fib on here. And I'm looking to trade up this morning to 50% of that wick. I'm going to take the 62% off. And yeah, so we got a 1 minute chart on the left. We got this is also a 1 minute chart for the E-mini contract. This is the CMC markets 1 minute micro. I have both up because I've been finding discrepancies between the fair value gaps. Debt Wolf's in the house. Raghav is in the house. Good morning, guys. Good evening, depending on where you're from. And I don't know if you guys remember, we're starting a little bit earlier today, but we had this big wick, very much like the other day. Where was it? This wick right here. If you want to look at Friday, May 9th, we also had a huge wick. We came up, it looks like we came up 75% of the range before going lower for the rest of the day. So I'm looking for more of the same. Look at all these trades I made yesterday during the day. I was really bad. Just trying to make something happen and not sticking to my rules. So that's great. We also have these relatively equal lows here that we want to watch out for. And let's get some numbers from overnight. Or actually, what am I looking for here? Let's go regular trading hours. Yesterday's closing price was, what is this pink line? We're going to remove that. 20,940. So that's right down there. 20,940. I don't like that pink. I really like the one that we had in CMC markets, but anyway, we have a premium opening gap. We have these relatively equal lows here. We have this large wick on the 1 minute, and we're just about to take out these relatively equal lows already. What else do we got to look for here? Some more equal lows here at Asia's high. Yeah, just trended upwards all night. I did have a short on in here and I got wicked out right there. And then I put another one on because I was chasing price, and then I just closed my trade because I was like, I'm just chasing. There's no setup here, and looked like it would have been a pretty good idea just to hold on to it. But that's neither here nor there. How's everybody doing today? I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. What else we got? How about way back in time? Actually, let's look at the daily. You know, other than reaching for this high today, I'm going to do that again. It's command. So reaching for that high, maybe some fair value gaps up here. That's the easy target. You took a short at 10:23 yesterday in the morning. At one point I was 100-point profit, but I waited too long and closed at only 58 profit. Hey man, that's still pretty good. That's 58 points you didn't have the day before. So good job. I think, you know, finding out what you're happy with, and, you know, you're looking for more, but you never know. So yeah, that's 340, 344 points away, reaching for that up today. Or are we bearish? I don't know if we're bearish just yet. We are extended in the range. Could be a good time to turn around now that we've taken out this high. We can come back to this imbalance here, but we'll go back to a 15-minute. Got a couple minutes here before the open. Oh. Something's going wrong. Why is everybody linked up together? It's the interval. 1 minute. 15-minute, 1 minute. 5 minute. Okay, that's better. Something doesn't look right. Okay, good luck, everybody. This is in regular trading hours. That's why it doesn't look the same. That looks better. Let's go, Debt Wolf. Equal lows at London low. Yep. You got it. Relatively equal highs. Got relatively equal highs here. Got this up there. Got lots of targets to work with this morning. Takes 50% of 8:30 candle wick and goes lower maybe. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. We could also come down. Looks like we've already come pretty close to that 50% level of the opening price here and yesterday's closing price. Then come up there and then dump off for the rest of the day. But if we come up here, this will be, I believe this will be the high of the day. Whatever prices made here in the morning above the opening price will be the high. Yeah, I think I'm bearish today. It's tough to say. Oh yeah, new day opening gap is orange. There we go. I'll get there. Okay. It's just the daily chart doesn't look bearish. That's the funny thing. What else we got? Nothing else for news. And then my first presented fair value gap is coming in here. Uh-oh. I'll get ready to buy for a quick scalp up to here. Actually, what's the point? If I'm bearish, why would I bother going into 21, 121? 21, 121. Okay then. Okay, I'm in. So I'm still trading my strategy. My stop loss goes... Oh, that's a far stop loss. Jeez. Okay. So I've been looking at, I've back tested this quite a bit, not extensively, but I was talking about it yesterday. You can basically get a 1-to-1 if you mark it out like this. It's pretty consistent. 1-to-1 would be right here. So we've just tapped that zone, 50% of that candle. I'm not bullish today, so I wonder if cinching up my stop to here wouldn't be the worst idea. And if I get this 1-to-1, I'm gonna close it. took out that high. If there's an inversion here, I'm also immediately closing it. Yeah, I haven't totally given up on the strategy yet. I know there's a 2-week losing streak here, but it's not, it's an outlier, you know, in the 1.5 years worth of data. And we are in some pretty weird economic times right now, so I'll give it the leeway for now. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. I'm finding it works pretty good. It didn't work here, but you know, it worked here. I think it worked here. Let's see. I haven't put it on a spreadsheet to see the actual data and like how often it actually works, but I feel like one to one. No, you didn't get it here. But it works pretty good if you can wait for a retracement and a 1-to-1 on that, or like at least the opening price of the candle. Like say you entered in right there and then you measure to the bottom. Do you get a 1-to-1 there? Yeah. Pretty quickly and easily if you're patient enough to wait for a candle retracement. And you can probably get more out of it. If you really wait for a retracement, I think you can get a 1-to-5. But this is looking good. I'm going to move my stop to just above break even now. And the 1-to-1 works really good in the morning because, you know, the range for the fair value gap or the 3 candles is quite large. So, you know, this is, if I get a 1-to-1 here, this will be a 60-point win. Yeah, basically the same strategy, waiting for the candle close, because you know, you just don't get, a lot of time you don't get the retracement. But if you're patient enough to wait, you know, to get some sort of retracement into candle 3, it works out pretty good. It works out even better. Man, I'm reluctant to add right now since I'm not bullish. But if I was going to, this is kind of the spot to do it, right? It's kind of a small gap. Do we have it on here? Come on. I guess we do. I'm gonna get an inversion here though. I'm now going for a short, but I'm looking for a retracement into this fair value gap. Actually, no. I will go short when this candle closes. What's going on here? Okay, I'm in short now. We passed the 50% and swept the high of this candle, inverted. We'll see if I'm wrong here. See, that would have been nice to be wait for that. This is the first presented fair value gap. I'm gonna remove this. There we go. Looking for a market structure shift. I just started the 2022 series again yesterday. It seems I can't get past video number 3. But I like what I see already. That 2022 model, it showed you wanted a sweep and a sweep. If you got a double sweep and then an inverted fair value gap, although he doesn't talk about the inverted fair value gap early on, but that's good enough for me. That's what I'm seeing as my early entry. Yeah, but this is probably like the 3rd time I've started the 2022 model, but I drive enough that I can crush the whole series in probably 2 weeks. So I'm going to remove this since we did tap that. And this is the 50% of the new day opening gap that we very closely tapped into before going up. Is this going to hold one more time? There's a long consolidation up here. The 2022 model is, I think it's the best. And I think I've just been super impatient. Man, I gotta learn all these abbreviations. YM, that's the Dow, right? Has returned to high gap, RTH, and new day opening gap on the upside, unlike NQ and NES. So it's inverted, you're saying? What's RTH? Regular trading hour gap and new day opening gap on the upside. Yeah, that could be confusing. This doesn't look good. Okay. Well, I don't feel like chasing this right now. Maybe I gotta wait for that other level. 21,121 for buy side. Yeah, the 1-to-1 got hit. Should have waited for that. Did you get, if you added a second position, did you get stopped out here? This wick got super close to the bottom of this guy. Trading the strategy, right? If you would have got in here, stop loss goes there. Your second entry would have been up here. Stop loss would go there. The low of that candle is 21.45, and this stop is at 21.45. You're still holding. I think with the spread, I would have got knocked out on that candle there. I also have another buy side target of 21.350. I saw that on the daily. What did I see? This high on the daily, but probably something a little bit better on the 4-hour. Where's this 21,121 number? Would that be the afternoon high? 44? $21,121. Where'd you grab that number from? $21,121. What is your 21,121 reference to? Third of March in the daily. Let's have a look. Yeah, I don't see it, my dude. 3rd of March. I just see a really big candle here. I see this high. Now I wish it was in this move. Classic. What is the NQ1 chart actually? I thought I had it here, but like, what does it reference? Man, this is bad. I'm just missing out. Okay, Raghav's TP got hit. Let's have a look. NQ features. It's because I'm on CMC market, so it doesn't have that. This one just might rip all day. I had a feeling on the daily something didn't look right, like for it to retract. I have a feeling like it wants to leave a fair value gap here open for us to come back to. Like we've swept here, just gotta go a little bit higher, and then the next, like probably tomorrow, we can come back down into this area. They'll come out with news saying you know, the trade deal with China wasn't as great as anticipated, and everyone's walking away, and then we gotta, like, you know, retrace back into here. What's up, Dishy? I have not entered anything. I'm just watching this take off without me. I think the only thing I can do is wait for a retracement on the 5 minute. So you know, if we can retrace, that would be great, but strategy's working pretty good right now. So if you know what the strategy is or not, we would have gone long here, and then you would have put a second position on this candle here. Your stop loss will go here, but I think you would have got stopped out or very close to it, and then you would have put another position you could have put a third position up here like this, and your stop loss on position 2 is going to be at 21,102, and your stop loss on position 1 will be 21,102. And then as soon as we make another fair value gap here, and it looks like, yeah, this one's very small, but we'll take it. You couldn't act on this one because your stop loss would have to go below this candle, which is below your second entry. Yeah. Yeah, my account's really low. I gotta start, you know, look at this. This is 68 points plus 30. And then we just made a fair value gap here, actually. So you could have brought your stop loss to here. And this one goes up to there. This one goes up to here. This is what I would have done right now live. 82, 42. And this one's still at a loss of 11 points. But, you know, if you wanted to close everything, it would be pretty high right now. If you just want to close everything right here, 106 plus 66 plus 13. All because I was looking for lower prices. And that's the thing with this strategy, is it just lets me trade without, I just don't have enough experience to see what's going to happen in a day. My gut, you know, it's funny though, on the daily, my gut told me that we were going higher. I just didn't like the way it just didn't sit right for this day to be coming back. It just looks like we want to expand higher. But looks like it's going to go without me. Target's 349. And I'm going to end the stream, guys. It's 4 after 7 o'clock my time. So it's just 5 after 10 now in New York. But strategy is looking really nice today. Probably over easy 150 points. 170 points, 180 points right now if you close it out. So we will try again. I'll try again. I'll do better. Anyway, you guys have a good day. Good luck trading for the rest of the day. And yeah, we'll catch you tomorrow.